Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're a first time watcher, glad to have you here. If you're a returning favorite, welcome on back. So today we're talking the new fall Kringle candle reserve line release, which is going to happen next Thursday, September 5th at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. for you folks out on the West Coast. You can save 15% with my code phillycandleman. I'll put that down in the description below. So we just got over the 2 Halloween launches. I'm so curious to see what you guys thought of the second round compared to the first round. Spooky on the first round, not so spooky in the second round. Just kind of gauge. Just curious what you guys thought of it. So we do have 6 new fragrances for the fall reserve line. If you're not familiar with the reserve line, it's Kringle does this quarterly, it seems like, right? They do a spring, summer, fall, and then Christmas time one. They usually come out 6 at a time. They're in the black jars that the traditional Halloween jars are in. They're 100% soy wax still, but they use higher quality fragrance oils, more fragrance oils, and this is supposed to be a more premium experience all the way around. And just like any other reserve launch, they are limited. Some have come back in the past, right? They'll pour some, or some do sell out. They don't sell out right away. Typically, though, I think one of these is going to move a lot of inventory, I think, in the first day, if not sell out completely. But they might re-pour, but I know they're working on Christmas already, right? All right, so let's get into it. We'll go over the fragrances, and then we'll go over them one by one. This is just a first impression. I'm going to get to burning these. Now, I will say they shipped them on Monday. I got them on Wednesday. Today is Thursday. I'm filming this. This is the first time all summer that I've had sweaty candles from Kringle, and I don't think it was really that hot. So I don't know if they were just sitting on a truck or something like that, but some of them were sweaty, which is why I did not record yesterday, because they were just kind of an oily mess on top. But since they've got to room temperature, the oils have dissipated for the most part and went back into the wax. So let's see, have here. We have Japanese maple. Okay. This is the one I think is going to be very popular and might sell out on the first day, if not move a lot of inventory at least. Pumpkin spice latte. That was going to do really well. Then we have here smoke and oak. I know a lot of folks are already looking for info on that one. We've got sunflower and suede. This little rustic imagery there. We got mid-autumn moss. And this is another popular one here, apple brandy. Okay, so I do have all the scent notes here, and what I'm going to do is I will also put them in the description down below. So let's get into it here. Let's go Japanese maple first. Not really metallic on the leaves, but all white wax, all white soy wax, two wick. So this one is fir and citrus, patchouli, wood, moss, and amber. So right off the bat on this one, I'm kind of getting a toned down version of Autumn Leaves by Yankee Candle, because that citrus and that fir really play well together. It's a bright fragrance. It's not quite zesty, but the citrus and the fir, it's a very bright fragrance there. The moss, the amber, not really. And the patchouli, not really there. I think this has more of a fir and citrus, and not quite the fir and citrus that we would think of for Christmas, right? We would, Kringle does a fir and citrus candle. It's really, really good. A couple companies do it, but think more along the lines of if you've ever smelled Autumn Days or Autumn Leaves from Yankee Candle. So kind of in the same family there. This must be really nice to burn. All right. Next we'll go with Smoke and Oak. I really like this one. I like that one too. Wood and smoke, top notes, bourbon, leather, and then amber and fruit. So, pattern we've seen the past few, which is the Halloween launch, right? We've seen the beverage, right? We've seen the bourbon candles. We've seen the cognac candles, right? So now we've got the bourbon here, and yeah. So you get the bourbon and the smoke up top, and then that leather comes in and blends in real nicely. I don't really get much of the fruit unless it's a super like dark fruit, but just complete gentleman's fragrance. Dark, mysterious, right? Just the oak, the wood, the leather. Okay. Probably better than the one in the Halloween line. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on it. I would choose this one over that one now. Whereas that one was a good replacement for Sonnet and Skulls. Sonnet and Skulls. Skulls and Sonnet. Skulls and Sonnet. Whereas that was like a nice replacement for Scarecrow. This is just more sophisticated, I would say. Really nice. And you've got the bourbon with the ice cube. Oh man, this is great year-round fragrance. Great year-round fragrance. Let's go with Sunflower and Suede next. Sunflower and Suede. Bergamot, Saffron, Rose, Suede, Nutmeg, Amber, and Floral. All right. So rose is in here. Definitely pick up the rose. Let's list it here. But there's also that bergamot and that suede comes in here. Warm fragrance, like it would pair well with this smoke and oak candle, I think. Yeah, for a little sultry. This is nice. The bergamot is there, but it's not like a cologne bergamot. More of the actual fruit bergamot. Yeah, I'm not big at like nutmeg, but there's definitely another floral note going on here with that rose. But rose is detectable. So, whereas it's not quite a there are warmer, brighter, I should say there's brighter sunflower fragrances out there. This is more like the warmer, cozy side, not quite the brighter side, which is fine, because it fits the imagery pretty well. All right, switching gears here. Shockingly, guys, I really like this one, Apple Brandy. It is not super boozy. Not super boozy at all. But it's nice. So, apple and spice, brandy, sweet, wood, and apple, right? Apple is at the forefront of this fragrance. Completely at the forefront with the spices. It's like mulling apples, right? Mulled apple cider, but mulled apple brandy, more or less. The brandy in here is not like super boozy, make you drunk like some other fragrances, some of the boozy fragrances out there. It's drinkable. It is a drinkable fragrance for sure. Not off-putting, but you could burn it in the house and you wouldn't get drunk off of it, right? So yeah, surprisingly, I really enjoy this fragrance. It's just that mulling of the apple going on in there and the spices. Pretty label too. Nighttime candle, evening candle for sure. All right, moving on to Mid-Autumn Moss. Right. All right. We've got dirt. We've got green. We've got freshness. Herbal green again, and fir, wood, and moss. Okay. So don't think of the dirt note like 6 feet under, right? That was like pure opening up a bag of potting soil, right? This is more wet, like wetness, wet dirt for the most part, with some greenery and that fresh air coming in. Mosses have a unique scent, and this it's really green, is what I'm gonna say. It's a dark green fragrance, not a super bright green like a spring floral could be, or a grassy fragrance. It's a darker, wetter green. You really want to smell this while walking outside, but if you had backyard full of flowers and trees, right, things of that nature, you may be able to replicate this scent. But for the most part, dark, damp, right, green, really nice fragrance. Like I said, I think this is one of their best. I don't know if I said it before. I thought I was going to say it. I don't know if I did say it, but I think this is their best 6 in a reserve collection, probably since the original collection. Some have been hit and miss for me. There's been collections that I love all of them, some more than others. But for this one, I think for the most part, I think it's a pretty cohesive collection. There's no crazy outlier here where I'm like, people wouldn't like it. But I think for the most part, for a fall reserve line, to complement what we already have, the fall collection and the 3 Halloween collections, I think it's really good. Now here's one that probably if they put it in the main line, would definitely be gone months ago. And it's the last one here. It's Pumpkin Spice Latte. Nutmeg, cinnamon, coffee, cream, vanilla, or I'm sorry, coffee, clove, vanilla, and cream. Man, this is the authentic Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, right? You get the coffee in here. You get the ground coffee, like the coffee bean note in here. You get the cinnamon and the nutmeg, right? Where they put the whipped cream on top and they put the seasoning on top of that. You can smell it's a hot coffee, right? Sometimes you can smell hot and cold, right? Kringle does a really good job with the cold part, and now they're doing a really good part with the hot part. But yeah, this is the most authentic pumpkin spice latte fragrance I've smelled, and one of the better coffee fragrances. Coffee fragrances for me can be really good. It can be horrible, like cafe latte or whatever that thing is from Paris Cafe, whatever that thing is from Bath and Body Works. Ooh. They can go sour. I mean, you put the cream. For some reason, coffee fragrances can go really tart and sour and bitter. This one does not. This one does not. It is the quintessential pumpkin spice latte fragrance. So if you want a good pumpkin spice latte, if you want to smell what you've been drinking, go with this guy right here. And with that, I'll give you my favorites. So, no particular order, my top 3. Smoke and Oak, Mid-Autumn Moss, Pumpkin Spice Latte. Japanese Maple is right on the cusp. And then, while they're not in my favorites, Sunflower and Suede and the Apple Brandy, they're not my top favorites if you ask me to pick 3. They're really good fragrances. I don't think there is a loser in this bunch when it comes to fragrances. That's just my personal opinion there. Yeah, so September 5th, that's next Thursday, September 5th, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Use my code 50 to save 15%, phillycandleman. I'll put that in the description below. And again, let me know what you guys thought of the Halloween collection. Now you've had some time to burn and smell and all that fun stuff. So once again, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all real soon. Stay safe out there.